In the previous video, we have seen various operations, CRUD operations, create, update, delete orders. Uh, in this video, we are going to see how do we create user accounts and generate registration page and login page, logout page. So first we will be starting with the registration page. So we'll explain that, and then we will move to a login and logout pages. So Django comes with a default methods for creating default libraries for creating registration pages. So first we will be seeing how we can do that. So you need to import from Django dot contrib dot auth dot forms. So from forms we are importing user creation form. So once we create this form, we can save this, and here we can, just like any other, we will be writing two pages. One is register pages, so, and the other one is login page. So let me call it as register page following camel case notation. So request is the default argument, and we return, and render request would be the first argument, and we will be giving register.html as one of the page. We haven't created it, but we will create it, and context, we'll be sending the context dictionary. So in this context dictionary we need to send the form. So we have already imported the create user form library, so just create an instance of it. So form create, so we have not create but user creation form. So let us create an instance of it. So user creation form, just invoke it, and you can now, similar to how we have done, we can create a context dictionary here. So here we can call the key as form, and the value as also form. So context will be the, so we'll be sending the form, and we will be accessing using the form variable. So save it, and now you go to templates and create a HTML file called as register.html, and here generate the basic structure. In the beginning I'll just generate a simple h1 tag and write as registers, save it, and now we can also include in the urls page where this is equivalent to simple register page. So copy and change it to register, and the name is register page. Under views we have just now written register page as a method, and the name also should be register. Now save it. So once you save this, so we have done almost everything. So we have created the registration page, the request form, and we send the form to register.html, which we can access this here. So we can access the form here, so that we can do it later, but in the beginning just let us see the output of register page. So let's run this and see what are we going to get. So python manage.py run server, and go to this link. So if you go to this link, this is what is our earlier thing. So just click on register, and so we are able to see the register page, but now our job is to access the form. We sent the through context dictionary we have sent the form. So let us create a form here, and enter. So within this form you can mention method as post, and action empty. Can keep it empty action as for now. And we all know we generally give the CSRF token, so let's give that. So CSRF underscore token. So let's save it, and in the here we need to invoke the form. So let me invoke this form. Let me access the form. So we use the form variable, and towards the end you can give us submit button, because it's a registration page. So you can mention it as submit button, and also mention name as create user. So once we do this, you can save it, and so let's run and see it, what we are going to get here. So this is a default thing which we are going to have. So I would like to show how it would be if we are working with the default one. But before that, we need to make few more changes in views. So just like how we have done, since we are using the post method, so there are few things which we need to do. So let's complete that. So if request dot method is equal to post, if it is post, then you can create once again form is equal to user creation form, and here you mention request dot post, and underneath, if form dot is valid, if it is valid, you can save the form dot save, and later we can also redirect. Once it is registered, we can redirect it to another page. So temporarily temporarily we can redirect it to home page. Later we will redirect it to login page. As of now we haven't created it, so I'll just write it as home page. So let's save this, let's go back, and let's refresh it. So let's see what happens. So we can also open in the other page, we can open the admin account, so that we will be able to see whether the users are getting added or not. So this is our admin account. So if you see the users, currently we have 2 users. So let us now create some other user and mention some password. So there are a few conditions on the password which it is. So we need to enter the same password. So when you submit it, so we have done it. So let's see what happened. So you can refresh this. We haven't closed this, so let us close this, and let's rerun once again. So now we can go to this link and go back to the register page and enter a username and give a password here. Password should follow the conditions which are mentioned, and you can submit. So now it is going back to the home page, which means that we can expect that it might have saved in the page. So let's refresh this. Now we are able to see CS ready to. So in this way we can add n number of users. Earlier we used to add using through the admin panel, but this is about a user getting access for his own account and see the content which is for the users. So in this way we can provide the registration. So this is the default registration syntax which provides by Django, but we can create our own. So in order to create our own, so first we need to change or introduce a class in forms. So before that, let us import few things here. So we need to import from Django.contrib dot forms import user creation form. So just now we have used the user creation form. We'll be using the same, but we will customize to our needs. So user creation form, and also from Django import forms, and once again from Django dot models import user. So once we have imported all this, you can write the class definition. So the class definition, this is for the, I'll call, because this is also for creating the form, so I'll call it as create user form. So once we create, try to inherit from user creation form. So I want to customize the fields. Earlier we have only name, password 1 and password 2, or username, password 1 and password 2. Now I would like to change, include email and various other things. So similar to above class, we will be mentioning one more class here, class meta, and you enter. So here you will call model is equal to user, and the fields, this is where you need to mention what fields you need to have. So fields is equal to username, email, password 1, password 2. So we save this now. So now, so there is something wrong here. So password, you can change the spelling, and also, so just save this. So we have imported and we have created fields. So let's, you can do Control C and let's run it once again. So we have created a class called as create user form. Let's access that here. So we already imported order form earlier. So now I would like to import the create user form. So let me write here create user form. So this create user form will be used now. So earlier we used user creation form. Now that will be replaced with the create user form. So copy this and replace this file, replace this text. So now this, it is going to access, the form is going to be created by the customized fields which we created in the forms. So this form contains attributes like username, email, password 1 and password 2. Earlier we had only 3, username, password 1, password 2. Now we have 4. So this would be saved, and here so it is coming back to the original. So it goes to register.html, and we see here in register.html also we would like to, now since the form has got changed, we would like to access the individual field names. So we have username, so I'll call it as username.label, and also give as username. So the next one in the between here, so I'm just giving some space here. So I want to create all the 4 fields here. So here username is done. Now email, we can use the email, and here also we can use email. The third one is password 1, So here you can use password 1, and the password 2 is the fourth argument which we have. So let's call, we have username. So here we need to have the uh, email, and here we are supposed to have the password. So let me just copy it and paste it here. So password 1 and password 2, save it. Now you can once again press Ctrl C, python manage.py run server, go to the link. So go to the registration page. So you can see this is the new register. So now you can customize the registration page whatever you want it to be saved. So this is the customized registration page. So now let me call, say, CS Ready some 3 or 4. I'll use some CSR, some dummy email, and use some password here. And so we need to have the same password for both, so it checks for the similarity. Now we save it, so it came back to the home page. Let us now go back to our admin page and refresh it, so we are able to see this, the new user. So what we have done is we have created a customized registration page by using the forms called as create user form, by creating a class called as create user form, which we have imported. We written the class definition in the forms.py here, and we have inherited user creation form here, and we created instances of it, and we have created the customized registration page. In the next videos we'll be seeing the login and logout pages.